first I didn't know what to expect because I'm a stranger going into a place that you only hear about. So you're coming in with this thought process of, am I going to blend?
We arrived at the work site, and the language is always a bit of a barrier. HOM is very diligent about sending us with interpreters, so that helps quite a bit. But there's always a certain amount of cautiousness when you approach people of different cultures. And the first day, trying to see where we could fit in and not be in the way with the Haitian workers, and they were friendly and receptive. But there's always that edge. It takes a little time to get over. But as we worked alongside them over the course of the week, we got to be more and more engaged.
By the end of the second or third day, everybody's getting along and they have a common goal, which is to work for Jesus and do his work and to give the people of Haiti hope, one brick at a time.
Well, let me back it up a little bit. I had Pastor Leon and Pastor Prophet at my house several months ago, and I asked Pastor Leon what they would need aside from money. Of course, we were going to bring money to help fund some of the construction projects that we were going to work on this week. And he mentioned that they could use laptop computers. So I told him, I said, well, why don't you go to the church and ask and see what happens. We'll see what we can get. And surprise, surprise, we ended up with over 100 computers, believe it or not. We set them up downstairs at the school here in Blanchard, and within an hour after getting the computers on the tables, they had a whole class in there full of kids going at it on the computers. So that was very exciting to see that they're already using them.
We were asked to go over and assist the Mason team on preparing and building a house from the ground up. A project that we haven't had the experience to participate in before.
The actual work process was kind of different because I had no idea what construction down here would be like.
We went to the house and basically had the footers were already dug, and we were mixing concrete on the ground, working alongside the Haitian team that would ordinarily be contracted to do this work. And they did most of the skilled labor, and we helped with much of the physical labor by moving concrete first, by filling in the footers.
I was there on the bucket brigade for the first 3 days, so it was definitely a hard manual work. I found all the workers to be friendly and hardworking and knowledgeable on how to build their type of houses, and they were very willing to work long and hard and take very little breaks.
And they saw our desire to try to help, and we certainly saw their work ethic. And working alongside the Haitians was a real joy, especially when they started reaching out and including us in other parts of the project rather than just the physical, manual labor part. I'm happy to say I was here with my son, and when one of the Haitian workers took him under his belt and kind of pulled him up over to the wall and started teaching him how to do the masonry and lay the block and coaching him and encouraging him along the way. It was a wonderful thing for a father to see. Yeah.
So we'll do two here, we'll take this apart, and then we'll go to the other house and start taking that one apart.
Yeah, so
let's do that instead.
Yeah, it should be ready for
I want this group that we have all together. In City Soleil, one of the crews in our group were putting a roof on a house there, and the leader of that crew decided he was going to use some of the scrap lumber to build a little tea set table, like little table furniture, for a little tea set thing. And so he used the lumber and he was putting it together. And when I showed up to see what was going on, of course he should have been on the roof doing that, but he went on the side and he was building this little set for the kids. And I thought it was just so wonderful to see all the little children standing around. They were all excited. And Steve DiBartolo was going at it, building this thing.
So have scrap lumber left for putting the roof rafters up. So I thought we'd make some furniture. Because you need furniture if you're going to have a tea party. What little girl doesn't like to have a tea party? So we're making a couple of benches. And if we have time, we're going to make a table. And then it'll be tea time. Everybody, can you say tea time?
Tea time?
Tea time. Say it.
Tea
time.
Tea time.
Very
You got
good.
it. You got it.
Very good. Muy bien.
To me, I've been down, this is my second time in Haiti, and I have to say that was probably one of the more special moments for me.
There was a gentleman referring to Papito, which is a lot of people called him. I guess it's a nickname, and I'm not sure of his actual name. He was a joyous man with a big smile, probably in his 60s, and he worked like he was in his 20s. And he was just like a machine, the way he would handle that shovel and mix that concrete. And constantly, every time you went back for another bucketful, there was a smile, a grin, an encouraging, wink, and he would continue to send us on our way. One of my favorite visual things that took place during this week was we were coming to the work site on the tap, and we passed Papito on his bicycle. He was riding his bicycle with his shovel that he was going to be using at the work site. We turned the corner, and he came up around the corner, and we saw a young woman and a child coming up that way, and they kind of acknowledged each other. And he came to a stop, and he leaned over and gave her a gentle kiss on the cheek, and it was obviously someone dear to him. We don't know if it was a family member or a daughter, but it was just a gentle kindness. And in a place so hard, it was wonderful to witness that kindness and that gentleness.
We were able to finish, let me count, 6 roofs, which is going to impact, anywhere from 7 to 9 people per home, just about. So that adds up, and we got a lot done with the house that we paid for. It sounds like they're almost ready to put the roof on, and they did all that in about a week's time. So we've had a very productive week. And just a great group of people. Everybody in the group was very eager to do some stuff. They didn't complain at all. I think I did more complaining than they did. And we had a very, very successful, very productive week. Very satisfying.
Tea time. Everybody, can you say tea time?
Tea time?
Tea time. Say it.
Tea
time.
time.
Tea time.
Tea time. You
Very
got
good.
it. You got it.